FIWCs, ELA Liga Championships, up against someone that wants to achieve all of that, wants to be a FIFA E-World Cup champion in LevideWeerd. If he was to win this, he'd be a two-time champion in Europe, and what a storyline that would be.
Incredible story. Gravesen looking to write his own name into the FIFA 21 annual. And this DUX gaming squad, which has been so heavily Adriman based, it would be Gravesen stealing all the headlines.
Well, he's already moved up the rankings as Gravesen, currently sits in 17th now. After the performance that he's already put up today. Really, really impressive from the Spaniard, who will be kicking from right to left in this game. Remember, he's come from the loser bracket now, so he has to win across two individual games. Neymar to get us going. Brilliant ball, Kulusevski, no!
Well, it certainly deserves a goal, early stages. Gravesen nicely played across the box. Kulusevski out of reach of that player, sliding on the floor. Still 0-0.
Worked it so well, didn't he? He tried to find Ronaldo at the back post. Just was out of reach, sorry. For the Portuguese forward, who scored so many big goals today. You can't look past the fact that these two have played together already today. It was Levy that won the game, but it wasn't an easy game over the two legs. It was a very narrow game. It was end-to-end for a long, long period, and it was Levy that snatched it in extra time.
5-4. LevideWeerd was victorious.
Obviously, that meant that he knocked down Gravesen to the loser bracket. He had to play against Adriman, player that's top of the pile. Beat him in a very narrow, tightly contested game. With that fulfilling with confidence now that he can go and beat anyone. CR7. That's Bruno Fernandes. Nice build-up from Gravesen now. Just offside Neymar. I think what's key here for Gravesen is that he starts the game well, sorry Richard, because he has to force the bracket reset.
Yeah, he does have to start the game well, but I will contradict that point by saying #Tom started the game well against LevideWeerd, and it meant nothing in the end. Levy came back and had a heroic performance in the second leg.
Oh wow, how do you defend that? You can't defend it! I mean, yes, a fortunate bounce back to Pele. Oh, sorry, Marcus Rashford. But R9, leaving us all for dead in all honesty. Reverse elastico one way, turn one way, fake the other. Made me feel dizzy for a period of time, and nearly made Schmeichel feel dizzy. The ball then bounced back to Marcus Rashford. A fortunate goal, but this is the grand final. You'll take whatever you can get.
The build-up to the goal was remarkable. Ball roll, scoop turn, and that reverse elastico weaving in and out like a slippery snake inside the box was R9. Rashford on the rebound, slotting into an empty net. LevideWeerd 1-0 up.
Remember that Levy only has to win one two-legged game of FIFA for him to be the champion here. He hasn't lost the game. Let's just all let that sink in for a minute. He's not lost the game throughout the whole process of qualifier number 3. He went on the winners bracket, went into that grand final against #Tom, won that as well. And he's also continued another winners bracket run in qualifier number 4. That is ridiculous. There's only one man that can stop him. And that's Gravesen. Win this, guaranteed. Huge chunk of global series ranking points for doing so. 1,500 of them, $15,000 as well. And a chance to get yourself on that winners list on the PlayStation. It's been all German names so far on the Xbox in Europe. PlayStation, it will be a different nation picking up this trophy, whatever happens today. Of course, qualifier number 1 was won by Oli Bolli, the Swede. Qualifier number 2 was the Italian Inhesers. LevideWeerd, as we can't forget, won qualifier number 3. So to contradict myself, I mean, it would have to be Gravesen that won for it to be 4 different nations that have won European Championships this year. He's got to turn this game around first, though, if there's any chance of that being the case. Currently 1-0 down, 35 minutes played.
Looks pretty comfortable as well, does Gravesen, even in a losing position, still maintaining quite a decent amount of the ball, just keeping it ticking over. No real rush yet for the Spaniard. What space opening up.
Maybe so for Gravesen to come forward now. CR7 back to Neymar. Chance. Neymar, brilliant block at the back. Still, that chance is alive for Gravesen. Good defending. Berber spin from Neymar. Just buys him an extra couple of seconds. Curtis Jones wins it back. I think what's more impressive here, last year Levy could not compete in FIFA esports. So what he was doing, you've seen the similar thing with Anders Vergang. If you haven't heard of him, the young Danish player at the moment, he was just grinding out the weekending. I think it was a 240-0 run that Levy went on last year on FIFA 20, just preparing himself for when he could play in qualifiers, when he could showcase his talent to the rest of the pack, so to speak.
Let's obviously not forget as well, LevideWeerd in the summer last year, Brandon, PlayStation Open Series. He was playing, he was grinding away. Any competition he could play in, he was competing in.
Oh no. Could be a chance for CR7. Just gets away with that one. Reece James will just do enough to deny Ronaldo from having that pocket of space. Half-time in leg number 1. But no, you're absolutely right. You know, this is the first year he's been able to compete. You have to be 16 years of age to compete in the Global Series. Kick the season off, grinding the game. Had the Eredivisie to play with that man next to him, Renzo. They both played for Vitesse. They came second in their first season. If they won that, they would have already had the playoffs. And can't imagine how much more of a shaped season that would be. Half-time thoughts, though, Richard. The first half played here. Levy in the lead.
Certainly more conversation going on in the LevideWeerd camp. And you're just looking on the right-hand side. Gravesen deep in thought. Big fan of the whiteboards as well. In that DUX Gaming house.
Unfortunately too far away from us to see if there is any certain tactics drawn on that one. I mean, he's done a great job. He's had to refill that bottle about 10 times today since he's been on the broadcast. He must be keeping himself hydrated. Nicely hydrated, as any FIFA Pro player will know only too well. But Gravesen today has been so I mean, this whole qualifier, this is the first time he's been on a big run. Before this, qualifier 1 to 3 was nowhere to be seen in the top 16. Qualifier 4, whether it's just been in that DUX Gaming household, the Ela Liga as well, has also, I'm sure, aided towards that. Getting those regular reps in. Being around winners, such as Adjuman, it's only going to push you forward. Certainly been the case for Gravesen. Back on the way for the second half in leg 1. Remember, Gravesen has to win to force the bracket reset for the second game to happen between these two. LevideWeerd wins one of these, the first, I should say, the game over the two-legged period. He will be a champion. A second goal would be very much welcome. Ronaldo to the back post. It's a very ambitious volley.
I think he was waiting for the header instead of the volley from Ronaldo. If he goes with his head, he probably scores.
It's a corner. Watch out for that movement of Ronaldo. Peels out wide, wins. The ball goes back to Furlong Mendy. We'll look to recycle the play. Switches it from left to right, fullback to fullback. João Cancelo now. Options in the box. Rashford. Can he outsmart that defensive line? Wins a corner for his efforts. That post for Vieira, and then maybe head it back over. Might be the case. Vieira's there. Headed back into the danger zone once, but twice. Ronaldo's waiting patiently.
That looked very, very scrappy for a second inside the box there.
One of those, wasn't it? You're just trying to press any button to get rid of the ball. Building, Gravesen again. Oh, this could be a chance. CR7. There's Neymar into CR7 there.
The way that Levy defends, he almost gives his opponents a little bit of space and tempts them into running into sort of areas or playing the pass into the area, and then he narrows the space very quickly. It's almost like saying to your opponent, there you go, have that little bit, and then he presses it instantly.
Levy. Chance. Potential goal. Rashford up in the air, back to Schmeichel. It will go. Interesting centre mid. He goes forward. He goes for Alphonso Davies, the left back. Yep, the left back in centre midfield alongside Bruno Fernandes. However, it's been a centre mid partnership to remember. He's caught him on the goal kick it. You can find that through ball into Neymar. It's a little bit too ambitious.
Talk about Route 1 right there.
I mean, it near enough worked, didn't it? Caught him off guard nearly again, looking to push that through ball. 20 minutes away from ending this first leg in the best way possible for Levy. Hasn't had the best leg of FIFA, to say the least, but the one chance that he did create, he was able to score from. He's got Ronaldo in the box this time. Looks to work it in. CR7 trying to peel away from a defender there. Doesn't get the ball. It could be a risky pass to João Cancelo. Goes once and twice. Still does keep possession though. Gravesen very calm and composed. Maybe Rashford round the corner.
Back to his... Just that foul came in. I was just about to say, he's not afraid to go back to his goalkeeper.
Kulusevski. Still Kulusevski with it. Can he outsmart this defence? Goes to that directional nutmeg. Bruno Fernandes still. Gravesen. On top here. Charles Rashford!
Very well worked from Gravesen. He did the directional nutmeg down the line. Got a little bit fortunate. Sort of rolled the tackle. Back to the edge and then the first time pass into Marcus Rashford, who just thumped it past the goalkeeper from close range.
He's been building. That's Gravesen. Can Levy look to reply instantly? Oh, CR7!
Oh. LevideWeerd. The directional nutmeg into the space. He sort of took one step forward, he like dragged it back a tiny bit and then did the elastico. Such creativity from Levy. Incredible stuff.
Well, I mean, many have spoken about this guy. Speaking, how good is he? We'll look no further than that for a goal. Dutch wonder kid strikes again. In the final 10 minutes, Cristiano Ronaldo showcasing what he is a must have in every team. Seven minutes left of this first leg. Still a second leg to play. With all to play for. Chance. Ronaldo, scoop turn. Three minutes left of this first game. Levy just about in front. Gravesen's hard work. At the moment, not meaning too much. As he still trails by a goal. Could be an extra one. Sit back and watch. A CR7 masterclass potentially. So here R9. He's onside as well. Elastico again. He'll do it. R9 just can't that time. Bundled his way past Reece James, and this will be the final chance of the first leg.
Just too many buddies behind the ball on that occasion, but the Elastico heel-to-heel combo looks impeccable from Levy. He will take a lead going into leg number 2. All he has to do is win this second leg. If he wins the series, he's your champion. However, if Gravesen wins, well, we do it all over again. He's got a goal to turn over, but he's more than capable of doing it.
You're absolutely right. Gravesen has to win this game on the aggregate scoreline to force a bracket reset for the match to happen all over again. If Levy wins and can hold on to this scoreline, he won't only be your champion tonight, he'll be a back-to-back winner. The first ever player to do that in Europe. As you said, Rich will be joining the list of Matthias Bonanno, PH in, the 2 South American players. They've had a season to remember, and of course you cannot forget Complexity's Joxan out in North America. Those are the players that have won back-to-back tournaments this year in this new restructured FIFA 21 Global Series. Of course, it will be DUX Gravesen from left to right in this one, in the DUX gaming strip, and from right to left in the white, it will be Levy. Winner takes $15,000, 1,500 Global Series points. To be honest, though, they're just playing for placement now. They know they're going to be in the playoffs. Chance around the corner, maybe for CR7. Round Reece James wins a corner. First chance of the game. Ball falls to Levy. Disguise that pass into Neymar. I didn't want to play it in the end.
So patient,
to Neymar eventually. There's just so much to think about defending and attacking, I should say, both these players. So many like small little things to think about. The player switching, the combinations you're going to use. You're looking for that individual player's movement as well. There's Neymar now. Chance around the corner, maybe for Levy.
Really, at times when Gravesen looks to be going forward, there's just no available passing options on.
You can see who he's trying to tee the ball to. That man there. And CR7, Elastico still. Somehow with the ball at his feet. That was so silky from R9. When it's that direct and it's that in your face. Elasticos, reverse Elasticos, the cancel skill moves, whatever they are. So hard to defend. Chance, Gravesen. First time he's been in the box of Levy. Ball falls back to the fellow Dutchman in Edwin van der Sar.
He might be in from this, so it's a good challenge from James. Had to make that, you know.
It was a flick on, wasn't it, from Ronaldo into R9?
Yeah.
Looked pretty. Fortunately, didn't have the conviction it was he planning to have. Here's Neymar. Gravesen trails by a goal. Could he find the equaliser? Neymar! Oh!
Inches wide of that left-hand post. Created the chance really well. Sort of the fake cancel on the edge of the box. Accelerated back into the space. We need a little bit more from that. We need a little bit more from Gravesen in that regard if he wants to try and get back into this game.
Chance. Levy. Here's R9. Could be a 2-goal cushion. Again, it was just too narrow on the angle. Wins the ball back. Rashford. Chance still for Levy. Again, it's... You know he's looking to be unpredictable with whatever skill move he wants to bring out, but it's just not enough to get past the defender at the moment.
Well, there's just so many black shirts back as well for Gravesen. He's got to beat 2 or 3 men instead of just 1. His player switching and his sort of intelligence is so good, Levy.
He's got such a deadly duo up top as well, let's not forget that. He's got R9 and CR7. R9 into Rashford. Looks for the cut back to CR7 again. Last-ditch tackles at the back. That time Carl Walker. Gravesen really up against it at the moment.
Almost expecting him to take another touch.
Corner. Recycled well. Didn't look to go direct into CR7, instead works it out, then works it back in. Neymar's going to pick it back up. It is R9. Chance, oh no, this could be horrible. Keeper's off his line. Marcus Rashford still trying to find the space in the box. There's just so many shirts back from Gravesen.
He got away with that one, did the Spaniard. The ball bouncing around the box. It looked like it was going to fall. Fortunately to Marcus Rashford, just went out of his path and managed to get the Dutch shirts in and around the ball.
What ball this could be? Watch that back post. No, why is he not locked onto that? Short. That's what Gravesen will be screaming. Has to carry on though. If you can't remember, these two played early today in our winners matchup. It was a very nervy and intense game. 4-4 before it went to extra time. That's why, again, it's so tight, but this time it's a grand final with so much more on the line.
"45 minutes remaining. LevideWeerd still in front, 2-1. It's a weird scoreline because Gravesen, with only a 1-goal deficit, can't afford to just go all-out attack, because as soon as he does that, there's opportunities to get counter-attacked on. So you've sort of got to play the long game, wait for and hope that you get a chance in the next sort of 15-20 minutes, and then you can just play out the rest of the game as usual. Because as soon as it gets to 70-75, then you have to go all-out attack, then you have to commit bodies forward. If anything, it'd probably be rather 2 goals down, so he knows that he can just go all-out attack. Typically we see players who are trailing, perfect example, 6-2 earlier today, with the man sat next to him right there in Adriman. When he was 6-2 up, Adriman threw that game away, and Mertel got back into it at 6 apiece. When you're trailing about that big of a scoreline, it almost makes your mind up for you to go all out.
Of course, he might not be at a LAN event as normal, but we're still seeing some incredible games, and you can see what it means to both camps there. Team Ullet against DUX Gravesen, LevideWeerd against Gravesen in your PlayStation Grand Final here in qualifier number 4. Levy is 45 minutes away from making it back-to-back wins in Europe in his first ever competitive season. One more goal would send him on his way. However, on the flip side, one of the most experienced players in the scene, let alone in Spain, Gravesen. Has he got an answer? He's got 45 minutes to find it if he wants to force a bracket reset.
Patience.
I was going to say, certainly a different final to the one we saw last month between Tom and Levy.
Yeah. Still time for this to explode into life, though.
Very end-to-end, and what a comeback chance. Here's our... Oh, wow! Wowee! I couldn't even get the words out of my mouth. That's CR7! With a simple finesse, some will say. To bring Gravesen back in the tie, that is what these players can do. That's Team of the Year, Cristiano Ronaldo.
What a finish from CR7 right there. Ball roll scooped in. First time finish shot. Goalkeeper rooted.
Back to the drawing board with all go. Which way is this game going to go? Here's R9 for Levy. Elastico,
Oh.
scoop turn. R9! This man is on a different planet right now.
What a sublime goal from LevideWeerd. He just does things differently. Elastico, ball roll, scoop turn, R9 Ronaldo. Putting Levy back in front.
People ask why he's got a price tag on his name. For moments like that you can't put a price on. Now Gravesen, his turn to come back in this one. He's done it before. Do not write him off. CR7 into Neymar. Gravesen finds another chance maybe. CR7, brilliant block, Alphonso Davies. That's why he's back there. Still the chance is alive. Does well to keep possession, Gravesen here. Bruno Fernandes into Vieira. CR7, Neymar all queuing up in the box, all waiting for their chance to attack. 20 minutes left in this one. Levy just about in front.
Two sublime goals from Levy as well, you have to say. The second and third. Now Gravesen, with only 20 minutes left to play, maybe has to start throwing a few more bodies forward.
You know, the combinations were perfect from Levy, weren't they? Just enough to give him an sort of extra inch of space. If he finds one more goal, I think that will be enough to guarantee himself another European title in his first ever competitive year. Neymar running away. Scoop turn, fakes back inside, still in possession is Neymar, causing all sorts of problems for João Cancelo. But again, just takes 5 minutes out of the game. We'll go into another pause now, the 4-4-2 of Gravesen. Maybe being changed here, but 15 minutes away. You're absolutely right. I mean, so many goals have gone in, but people talk about big match moments, trying to keep you calm, trying to keep you cool, knowing what skill moves to do. It just seems like for Levy especially, he knows what he wants to do in his mind. He's already programming what that combination is that he's looking for.
Yeah, it's just the patterns. He's got so many different moves and skill combinations that he can pull out, whether it's a ball roll, scoop turn into a first-time shot, whether it's a ball roll, scoop turn, elastico, whether it's a heel-to-heel flick. There's just different combinations that he can execute in and around the box. It makes him so unpredictable to play against.
Well, he's gone for that play a lot. Watch that back post where R9 is. Good idea to head that one back in. It's still Adama Traoré. He's fresh off the bench now for Levy. Can he find that killer pass? Still, it's Adama Traoré. All right. Wins a... I was going to say wins a corner. Goes for a goal kick in the end. Just about. Ten more minutes for Gravesen to find an equaliser. If he does, we go to extra time. Brilliant. CR7. Still CR7!
Incredible. Three apiece. Cristiano Ronaldo once again proving why he is Mr. Reliable. Ball roll, scoop turn, and then smash past the goalkeeper.
Well, we'll never say die attitude, Gravesen. Came into this event with many people thinking that he's been done and forgotten about. He's an La Liga champion. He's a man that's been in this scene for so long. He's only 22. So much experience. He knew that he was going to get one more chance. On the flip side, Levy will point out he's going to get one more chance as well now. They gave us a 4-4 thriller in the winners' match earlier today. What are they going to bring us now? Here's R9. Last 10 minutes.
What a final. This is only like series 1 or 2 potentially. Gravesen wins this game, we do this all over again.
Neymar. Ronaldo should have went on his own. He looked for the support of Marcus Rashford. You're absolutely right. If you don't know the story of this, because Gravesen came through the loser bracket, he has to force a bracket reset, so he has to win this two-legged game. Whether it's on extra time or penalties, that doesn't matter. Has to win it. If he loses, obviously that means that the Levy will be the winner in this qualifier. Last chance of the game. Gravesen, this would be remarkable. Chance.
He's offside. He's off. Let's all relax. He is offside. Oh, wow.
Extra time? Yeah,
Indeed.
why not?
And breathe. What a game. What a game between these two. Something as well that people might not be considering watching at home. These two both in Europe. What, 20 to 1 in the morning right now as well? So it's one of those things that concentration might become a factor when you're playing FIFA for 7-8 hours.
Of course, you've got to play your best FIFA right at the end. But hey, what do we know about DUX Gaming? Their bedtime's 4 AM, so they're
this is prime time. Prime time.
Well then, 30 more minutes. To be played here. Levy wins the game. He will be your champion. Gravesen wins. A bracket reset will be formed. And we'll play this game all over again. Of course, it is Levy. Kicking from right to left in this first half of extra time. Gravesen from left to right. They've been here before. Let's not forget that. They've been to an extra time game before earlier tonight. And what was the result in that? Levy won 5-4. This time round, Gravesen will say, no, I'm winning this one. Here he comes forward now. Cristiano Ronaldo. And the drive. Sure, at the helm of the attack, I should say. Options in support around him. Kulusevski. Brilliant feet from the Swede. Trying to buy his time alongside João Cancelo. Well defended on the flip, so that's 10 minutes already played. Near enough.
It flies through, does it, at extra time? You don't have time to catch your breath.
Well, that's nearly the first 40. Oh, sorry, that's nearly the first 15 done. Just one of these two looks to build the last chance of the game and take the last chance of the game. Levy will look to do that. CR7, the star of the show. The featuring cast of Neymar and R9 who have just been as good. One more chance. Will there be enough time? That's pretty much the minute played now into R9. This will be the last chance. CR7 can't get it into R9. Back to the goalkeeper. Get that cleared. 15 minutes left, Richard Buckley. What has this last 15, this last turn at the tail, got in store for us all?
Genuinely, I wouldn't be able to tell you anymore. I can tell you the facts. 15 minutes remaining. If Gravesen wins, we reset the bracket. We play a fresh two-legged match of FIFA. That can be via extra time. That can be via a penalty shootout. All Gravesen has to do is win to give himself that fresh reset. On the other side of that, if LevideWeerd wins, he is your champion.
Quite simply, a goal that could be worth $15,000 in the hands of Levy. Alongside writing himself into the history books as a two-time champion, back-to-back, we must say. Of course, coming forward now in the white. Or can Gravesen win this game, force a bracket reset? He's been full of surprises, Levy. Here's one now. Oh, 9! Could that be the match winner?
LevideWeerd from kickoff with a huge goal to send him in front. And with only 10 minutes left in this game, Gravesen is up against it again. 10 minutes left. LevideWeerd is incredible.
I think what's important now, you can just see straight into a pause. You've got not just Gravesen's eyes there, but 3 other teammates around you. You've got Adjuvan's eyes who can give you some feedback as well. What is being changed, we can't see it, but we can imagine it's players going forward. That depth's going to be, no doubt, move forward. Everyone trying to create just one more chance for Gravesen. Cannot write this man off. We have to keep on saying that because again and again and again, he continues to prove people wrong. Does the DUX Gaming man. So many times he's bounced back, but Levy, is that enough to hold on? The thing that he struggled with is holding on to these leads. He keeps on creating these amazing goals with R9 and CR7, but it's holding on to that lead or building upon it, which is the difficult part.
The reason that he struggled, though, is because every time he's gone in front, there's not been a lot of time before Gravesen scored. Gravesen has been very quick to get back, to get within touching distance. LevideWeerd hasn't been able to pull away at all. And that's due to Gravesen. Gravesen not allowing him to.
Well then, the man that's got a price tag of, I don't even know now, 15 million more, I don't know, R9. Got to find him on the market first.
Priceless.
Might have just scored a goal that's worth $15,000 for Levy. Unless this man can find an equaliser. Dayata off the bench, he'll look to inject pace into that final third. Can he reply for a 4th time? Or will Levy see out this to be the first Dutch player to go back-to-back
Is he onside?
in a European major in Europe? 6 minutes left. Can't imagine the pressure, let alone the stress that both of these two are feeling. Wins the ball back, that's the main thing for Gravesen now. He's got to look after this. More importantly, that ball's got to get forward. Final 3 minutes plus additional time now. Mendy into Rashford. If Levy just wins the ball back once, there, that tackle there, wins it again. He could be home and dry. Oh no! He wants to play into R9, now he could be in trouble. He's got to win the ball back one more time. He wins it back, he'll win this game. One interception, there's the interception from Carl Walker. And that should be job done. For this 16-year-old wonder kid from the Netherlands, or not, oh no. Nearly pickpocketed by Dayata. He has done it again. The man of Team Hullet, with a dream story from the Netherlands, 16 years of age, back-to-back champion. Wow, LevideWeerd, you are writing yourselves into the history book, and there's that trophy.
Incredible from LevideWeerd.